edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Court here on a Wednesday.
That's right.
It's Barnes. It's Tony. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, bud. Stoked to be here. Obviously, nice little hump day here, middle of the week. Tough losses to be recapping, but a little golf today, a little food talk maybe. Who knows? Barnes going to the Yankee game today. That's pretty awesome, too. So let's go. It'll be a good day, I think.
Number 14.
What's the record?
Of the season. I don't have an exact record, but I want to say especially if you go playoff game or two, and then I'm going to go Friday. So, that'll be 15. I think we're going to hit the record.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. I know you got Lonnie going in the house with you guys, dude. Corey hooking it up, classic, dude. Love to see that,
Corey,
dude.
Of course.
Are you doing like your typical dinner prior?
No, because gonna go on Friday. Can't go Arthur twice in 3 days. That's just. I know. Yes, you could, Tony, but you know what I mean. Once during a week is fine.
No, yeah, very true, very true. That's awesome, though. So a couple of dogs at the game, maybe
some. I feel like I usually end up getting tenders. Occasionally, I've got the hibachi bowl, but that's just one of those things.
Hibachi bowl,
because it's at the stadium. It's pretty good, but is it Sakura?
Probably not, dude. I didn't even know they had hibachi bowls there. Dude.
Benihana.
Oh, okay, right.
You might have seen it when you were there. Maybe.
I don't think so, dude.
Dude, I think it was. Obviously, things might be a little blurred, but I think when we were there last year with Jay, I think it's like right behind where we were at the end with the New York. I'll never forget though, Jay coming over, and I just totally thought he was kidding, and he's like, "Brian, we thought we lost you there for a second, man." You know how he says it like that?
Yeah. We thought you lost you there for a second, buddy.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
I just went to go get some ice cream.
Yeah, like 25 minutes ago.
Ice cream lines at the stadium, tough.
That was great. I remember getting ice cream as well. That was so much fun, dude. So much fun.
And already, we do have a few comments here.
Yes, of course we do. We have Marco here early and often for Sportsport. Rare for him, dude. Hey, buddies.
Lions? Does he like the Lions?
I know he likes the White Sox. I don't think he's ever talked football with us.
Somebody said Lions that is usually on Bitch Buddies, and I'm pretty sure it was
him. It could be him. Yeah. He says Sportsport time. Let's go. He's clocking in from Texas, I believe, dude. Unless he's still on the road. We also have Lonnie here. A nice
Lonnie.
Good morning, guys. Let's go Yankees. Barnes, I'll see you later, buddy, he says.
Let's go.
I'll see you at the stadium today, brother.
No effing name on the jersey, please, or else foot to ass, dude.
You don't want that. But honestly, even though I guess technically lately, there's been a couple good games, but he hasn't played that well. I was thinking about this, and I'm going to be wearing my Volpe jersey.
Okay, there we go, dude. Great jersey, great guy, great time. Speaking of a great time, Matthew Ryan says, hey, guys, Yankees losing, making me mad, he says. Come on, Yankees since June. Yankees have been average at best, he's saying. So some Yankees talk here for you, Brian.
Yeah, rare out of that for Matthew Ryan, but of course comes in a negative fashion, which usually all of his comments do. But listen, we'll talk about it. Last night was pathetic. But at the same time, I was talking to Tony about this before the show. The only silver lining there is I feel like it sets up for a strong performance in the proverbial rubber game tonight.
Oh, yeah, dude. And I think, people were forgetting too. Although what is it? Cole Reagan's
versus Heel,
right. But in terms of the Kansas City's pitching staff, Seth Lugo has been far the best.
Oh, yeah.
So you got through. Exactly.
16th win. ERA is under 3 now.
Yeah, dude. He's been great. So,
Reagan's 3.3.
Still good.
Spotty at times.
Yeah. Who's their other pitcher, too? It's another pretty famous pitcher, I feel.
Waka. And they still probably have somebody else too. But Waka has been probably their second best pitcher.
Yeah, which is also kind of crazy to think about.
Brady Singer.
Singer, yes.
His numbers are good, but I think was he pitching on
2 days ago, right?
Yeah. But because I had him last year, he had a 6 ERA.
Yeah.
I don't think he's that good, but he probably is somewhere in between that.
He's good, but inconsistent, just like our boy tonight, Reagan's.
Yeah.
So watch out, dude.
Exactly.
Also, Matthew Ryan, speaking of negatives, says Mets still suck, Tony. And then let's see, we have a nice interaction here between where we go. We have Marco, he's in Texas already. Awesome. Go to the Rangers game. Lonnie hyped for Volpe and then calling out Matthew Ryan's to negative Nancy.
Very true.
Says.
Very negative.
Matthew Ryan calling out, tagging Lonnie here of the company, company, he says, which is hilarious. I got that stat from WFAN, dude. I guess they're talking about their.
You think you were trying to poke the bear there? WFAN.
You think so? Do you think he's like really thinking that deep?
Lonnie says ESPN all day.
Wow.
Wow. I had you before.
And he says, first is the company, sir, and fuck the fan. Wow, dude. What do you feel about that statement? Effing the fan, dude. Because you're a fan guy.
Well, I mean, what I would say is, I mean, obviously the fan is the home of the Yankees.
Interesting. Lonnie doesn't like it. A closet Met fan, maybe?
No, but I mean, honestly, the shows are definitely better on ESPN. That's for sure. But I would say out of everybody on the fan, and we've talked about this before, Keith McPherson, fellow Yankee fan, I think that guy is a future superstar.
Wow. Superstar.
Yeah. That and again, I think too, and Lonnie maybe would attest to this, I would think. Yes, and this is gonna probably start a whole thing, but
oh god,
they need more Yankee hosts at the end of the day.
On ESPN.
I think
why?
Really what resonates with me
ridiculous.
Most with that is just because obviously I listen to Rick and Dave the most, and it's just too much Mets for me. So I just feel like if there was just somebody who was very strong Yankees, like Han Yankees, I don't know. Han isn't a baseball guy. Bart doesn't even know what baseball is. And then you want to say Michael Kay, but Don's a Mets fan. Peter doesn't like the Yankees, so it seems like we're very outnumbered there.
Is he what's the deal with Peter? Is he a Seattle? Is he Mariners? What was he? Is he a Nationals fan?
I would think he would be a
Nationals fan, right?
He's a Commanders.
He's a Commanders fan, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. But I don't know. I think that's kind of crazy. Because I mean, at the end of the day, first, I mean, I know you may not like it.
By the way.
Oh,
for Peter.
Interesting. Lonnie on Johnny on the spot with that one. Yeah. I don't know, dude. I mean, listen, you can say what you will about Rick and Dave. Obviously, they are Mets fans. They do talk about the Mets. They root for the Mets, whatever. But no. But, dude, they cover the Yankees very well. And honestly, like Dave talks about it, dude. Like he'd rather, obviously, he'd have Judge in the Mets. Like he'd love to have Juan Soto. Like it's no, like, it's not like they're just bashing the Yankees. And then also, Michael Kay. I mean, I think it's pretty split at that point, and Don too. I mean,
maybe it's because I don't listen to that show really, unless like I'm at the gym and Yes app. I can put it on and
because I mean that there, it's all Yankees, dude. Like if I turn that on,
well, Don goes Mets.
No, he does go Mets, but it's like me and you basically. I'd start talking Mets. Michael Kay's on his phone or something. Like there's clearly no.
Michael Kay really gets on his phone during the Mets segments.
I wouldn't be surprised, dude.
Oh, I just wasn't sure if there was something like specific.
Next time you interview him, ask him if he has trouble keeping his attention when Don starts talking.
No, it is interesting though, because it's like obviously, I'm just trying to think of like with Rick and Dave, like how to kind of solve that, but you really can't because obviously you need the two of them there. You're not going to bring in a third host, but I don't know. It's just what's tough is like
Raymond's
love their
a Yankee
show,
fan.
yes, but it's like I love their show, but like after like a game like last night, I mean I can't turn it on. Like I don't want to hear that. Like you know what I mean? Because it just like. I just I get it, like it works both ways type of thing, but I don't want to hear whatever negative rhetoric is going to be out there after last night.
Oh yeah, I guess so. But I mean, so what you want, like a show of just Yankee apologists sort of deal?
Not apologists, but not. I think it's the problem. I don't like, you know what I mean? You want to be critical. Like if you're a Yankee fan, that's fine. But as a Mets fan, you just from a Mets fan, you don't want to hear it. That's just kind of how it is. And like you said, yes, Tony, we could spend the whole show on it.
Yeah, we could.
But I think it's just you're the same way. We have our preconceived notions, and no matter what anybody says, no matter what everybody does, you know what I would compare it to? Like our stance on how we feel about both teams would be the same as, Michael Bucca. No matter how many times we mention that we don't want to talk about politics, he brings it up every day.
You think he watched the debate last night?
Well, he said in his comments. Did you miss it?
Yeah. Also, Lonnie coming in there. What a scut at Barnes with the Michael K comparison, dude.
But honestly, though, there wasn't so you don't recall a specific.
Oh no, that was just like a joke.
Okay.
It was a joke, Brian. But also, like, is Lonnie saying that you're way better than Michael K and you two should be compared, right? That's kind of what he's saying here.
I mean, listen, if he wants to say that.
Yeah.
Matthew Ryan, right on the head here. A Mets fan should not criticize the Yankees.
I mean, listen, Matthew Ryan, you can be on that island with Brian. You two together, it's fine, dude. You guys obviously
Met Islands?
On that island, I said.
No, it sounded like you said Met Island. My mistake.
You're really searching for it, dude.
I'm so hungry, by the way.
Me too, a little bit, dude. Honestly, I had a great dinner too. We had blessed with Sandy gave us leftovers from
I thought this was a restaurant the way you said it, because you said we got blessed. So it sounds like we got colony, which I had last night actually.
Oh really, dude?
Yeah.
I've been like craving colony. Dude. We gotta go to Remos, dude. We gotta try Remos. Not Remos. What the fuck is the other?
Rico's. But honestly, I think colony's better, but it'd be interesting to hear what you say. I think the crust, dude, more tasty, a little thicker.
And
Rico's a little thin.
They serve wings there too.
But I'm saying colony is better.
Yeah.
The wings, but they have more toppings. You can get full salad pizzas. Oh, you want a buffalo, chicken salad pizza. You want a Caesar salad pizza. So you do have those type of options. A Greek salad pizza.
Love that. We'll try it. I'll let you guys know. I'll talk to Mike. But then also last night, blessed leftovers from Sandy, rigatoni. Nice marinara sauce.
Homemade or from a restaurant?
No, it was from an event here over the weekend. They leftovers, whatever, catered, but it was delicious, dude. Rigatoni, coconut shrimp, and little mini sliders, dude.
Mini sliders, okay.
Even though it's kind of redundant because sliders are mini, but yeah, they were delicious, dude. The pickle, I don't really like pickles, but they had the delicious pickles on them.
Hey, listen. No, I know a lot of people like pickles. It just, like I said, again, with Michael Bucca, the politics, same thing. I'm not, no matter what, no matter how sold I get on pickles, not going to like them.
Matthew Ryan with a nice big suck it, Tony.
You know what? And speaking, since they're both here, I'm interested to hear about this. We never really followed up on why Lonnie and Matthew Ryan didn't meet up at the game. Right?
I think because Matthew Ryan was texting me about it, and I was like, I wasn't gonna
be the moderator,
try to mediate this interaction here. And I wasn't just gonna give out phone number. I didn't want to whatever, dude. If they wanted to contact each other, they could have contacted each other.
Wrong gate.
Wrong gate, dude. The gate situation, who knows, dude?
Suck it, Matthew Ryan. What else we got? Let's catch up on the rest here.
Let's get back up here. We had a huge interaction here. All right, here we go. Lonnie, mentioning the whole Michael K thing I was talking about. No, Tony, you quack. I'm slightly agreeing with you. Barnes does pick up his phone during the Mets talk, he says. And then, of course, Matthew Ryan, Mets are boring. Choke artists. We'll see. There's still some time left. 17 games left, I believe. And then Matthew Ryan talking shit. I don't like Rick and Dave because they're all Yankee haters. Why would anyone want to talk about the Mets? Lonnie, you watch your filthy mouth, dude. Lonnie, of course, still mourning the loss of Gordon, and I'm sure Larry is as well. And then, oh, wow. Lonnie says, I've seen it with my own eyes. He, as Michael K, is out on the Mets talk. Tony, more MLB or museum work today? ? Asking because you're wearing the button up again. No exhibit today, but we're doing class today, dude.
What time's class?
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
Gotta get there early, meet with a student, has some trouble.
Corner after.
Gaming corner tonight, 7 p.m. N64. Let's go, dude.
Can we just play cart, dude?
There'll be probably some cart. I also have this NFL, some type of game.
Blitz or something.
No, it's it's not Madden, obviously, but it's what was preceded Madden for an actual
Peyton Manning
game.
On the cover.
I think it's Brett Favre.
Oh, Brett Favre. Okay.
Yeah, dude. Oh, I'm saying I told him I would give him my Instagram. He says we're all quacks. Matthew Ryan, speaking of the quack, Mets will not be in the playoffs. And then he goes, no, Barnes, the phone thing, not K, even though he does it too. Bang, dude.
Yeah.
We're all caught up. I mean, everyone does it. You know, when Tony starts talking about the Mets, just like, hey, what else is going on?
It's just, you know what I mean? It's like I said, I'm just used to something my whole life. Like, and I know you think like when we talk about like Cohen, for instance, not Steve, but Gary, my whole life, like anytime I would flip through channels, or even when like the Yankees were playing the Mets in the Subway Series, like regular season, not the World Series, and like I would switch to that channel. I swear to God, Tony, like I know you're not going to believe me, but I was like, I cannot believe that this guy sounds like this. Like, this just does not sound exciting to me. And I don't know. I think just the initial sound of that snarl, it's just hard for me to, I don't know, understand how like anybody would think that's good announcing. Whatever.
Well, I mean, again, I don't tell you, dude. I mean, Cohen is a national treasure, dude.
So how would you describe the way his voice sounds? And also, Lonnie's asking if we want him to call in. I mean, certainly.
Certainly, dude. If you want to talk about your experience here with Matthew Ryan, or what do you think about Gary Cohen? Honestly, it would be great.
But how would you describe the snarl?
I wouldn't say it's a snarl.
What would you say it is?
I mean, he has a very deep voice. Is certainly
it deep, though.
I mean, it's not a high pitched voice. I would think his voice is deeper than Michael K.
Alonzo, like I feel like he says it like that. But that doesn't sound deep.
He doesn't sound like that. Though.
So how would you?
It's a
give
little.
Give me your best Alonzo though from him.
I mean, it's tough. Alonzo.
But it's more.
He has like a different more. I mean, listen, he does it for a living. Obviously, no one can do it like him. Hold on, let me get Lonnie through here because he's calling in right now. But I don't know, man. I mean, I think at the end of the day, he calls a great game. He's definitely excitable. And I don't think his voice really bothers me that much. I don't think it's as nasally as you think it. It's just a little throaty.
I know somebody we could ask about this.
It's definitely going to be Lonnie, who currently right now is live on the sports board.
There he is.
Lonnie? Well, maybe we don't have him.
Wow. Bluetooth problem?
Sometimes. But it really shouldn't. Hold on, stand by. Maybe he's just not talking.
Finicky.
Matthew Ryan, though. Gary Cohen sucks. Thank you. Let's try this again. All right, there he is.
Sounds like he's there.
He is there.
Did we get the Bluetooth, Tony?
Lonnie? Yo, what the fudge, man?
Do we need to go speaker?
I think we're just going to go speaker, which really sucks, dude.
I can't believe that. You sure you did?
Oh, he hung up. That's why. Lonnie, don't move. Lonnie, you there? We're going to go speaker. Yep. Yeah, dude. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all. It was going in and out. I don't know.
I think we're having some Bluetooth issues here, which is fine, dude. Which is totally fine.
We'll power through it.
We're gonna power through it right now, dude. What do you got?
We're gonna mow on through.
Exactly, dude. So Gary Cohen, what do you got on Gary Cohen?
Yeah. Let's start with that.
First of all, good morning, everyone listening. Let's not be rude here. You know, there are other people listening who don't comment. So good morning to those people. Gary Cohen, I mean, he said the season was over. Like,
he did say that.
I will never forget watching that. And then the other clip where he had such an attitude, like,
oh my God.
He cut the commercial.
Yeah, when they had him there, when they knew it was going to be a rain out.
You could tell he loves the team clearly with all his heart. You could just tell with Gary. But he is fed up. Like, I mean, my goodness. Those two instances alone let you know, like, he's like, come on, man. Can we get this done for real? Like, in the whole rain out thing, do the Dopplers work at City Field at all? I mean, my goodness.
No, I think that's the everybody does it, but that's the typical. Let's get the concession sales
not
up.
Like the Mets, though. I feel like the Mets will literally have you there and they know the game is going to get called, but they still let you come in.
Lonnie, they literally do it at every state. Every stadium does it, Lonnie. Don't be like this is a Mets thing. What do you think about Gary? You haven't even answered the question yet, Lonnie. What do you think? What do you got?
I like Gary. I like Gary.
But do you think though that he sounds nasally, stuffed up, like he has a snarl? I mean, there's something that. How would you describe his voice?
That's probably like I said. Like, first of all, that's just his voice, Barnes. Stop being a chief over there.
Wow, the chief.
That's just his voice. He's had the same voice for I don't know as long as he's been calling.
But the reason I bring that up though is so like you hear these things that Michael Kay says that they're self-proclaimed, whatever. But the fact that everyone thinks like that booth, like one of the best in baseball, they win awards and stuff, and I just don't get how you could have somebody that sounds like he hasn't blown his nose in 20 years be at the head of it, and like that people like listening to it. That's what I guess I get perplexed by.
Well, Barnes, they got to win awards for something. I mean, they don't win awards anywhere else.
Well, I mean, that's just ridiculous. And also, like, first of all, that's just a ridiculous statement. And it's not just about like the booth, you know, like they are the best broadcast in baseball. I mean, you watch SNY games, they're doing stuff broadcast production wise that no other channel does. And that's why they're the best.
What do you think about that, Lonnie?
You know why? Because half the time they gotta put on a clown show for the circus on the field.
Really? I think your whole life is a clown show, Lonnie.
Barnes, I don't know. Barnes must have, he made me say that. I don't know what.
Yeah.
Wait, but one other thing, I'm just. Oh, my bad. I was just gonna say. I was thinking about that, like that whole thing with Michael Kay and like how he was tight about that with the award. What do you think the deal is with that? I haven't listened to the show in a while.
See, you got to listen to the inflections and sometimes in Kay's voice. That whole thing, I think he's playing around with it. Like certain things, I know they do just to get people to listen. And, you know what I mean? I don't think he really,
he's tight. Come on, dude. He really is tight.
I don't think that bothers him that much, like, to be honest with you, because a lot of the people that say that are Mets fans. They're supposed to say that. When they call the show, when they call TMKS, they're not going to sit there and wax poetically about the Yankee booth, more than likely because they don't even watch Yankee games. Or if they do, they put it on mute or whatever. You know what I mean? So, obviously, like, when he hears that from Mets fans, it probably rubs him the wrong way or whatever, but I don't know why. I mean, they're Mets fans. It's not like they're going to literally call in there and talk about the Yankee booth or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's not like you got Milwaukee Brewer fans calling in talking about the Mets booth. Like, so at the end of the day, it's Mets fans talking about their booth, which they're supposed to do. Just like the Yankee fans talk about Michael Caine and Paul and whoever else is in there with him. So, you know what I mean? Meredith and everybody. So, like, I don't think it really bothers him that much. It's all about getting people to listen, getting Met fans to listen to this show. Because I think a lot of Met fans more than likely listen to the other stations. So, you know what I mean?
A fan?
Because everybody thinks the K show is this, big Yankee show. Which sometimes it kind of does seem that way.
Well, thank dear God, though, because I feel like we don't have any other shows, like on any of the channels that are big Yankee shows.
But it gets to the point where it's just like, okay.
No, but I'm trying to think, though, on ESPN New York, though. I mean, Ty? I mean, who else?
As you said, we really technically, as far as the Yankee fans on ESPN New York, 880 now is we have Michael, obviously. We have Pat O'Keefe. We have Ty. We got Jake Assman. I believe Maria Moreno is a Yankee fan. We had Gordon, obviously. And
you got a lot of Yankee fans over there.
No, but not in the big spots.
No, we really don't.
Not in the big spots.
A lot of the airtime ones are Met fans. You got Don, then you got Dave and Rick.
Oh, you mean like a lot of the best? A lot of the best.
Obviously, and we got Allen too. But Allen, sometimes Allen be so like boss. when he's talking about baseball.
It's like Bart talking about baseball. The same thing.
No. Let's not get that disrespectful.
It's like Bart talking hockey.
Or Stephen A, or is that too disrespectful?
Oh, Stephen A.
But Alan, he knows his stuff too. The thing is, he's so caught up on like Knicks and all of that. So he always says that he doesn't really get ingrained in baseball until after the basketball season. So you can't really, blame him for that.
Yeah.
But we do have a lot of Yankee fans and all of that on the station. I think a lot of them obviously are producers. We got Ray, we got RJ, we got Tom, we got Harvey, we got Joe Leo. If you think about it, honestly, we probably got more producers than on air people that Yankee fans. But
it's just it just ruins it for me though. Like again, I didn't even think about listening this morning just because I figured. I mean, they had to have said something brutal. Like I have no idea. I'm just taking a guess, but it's just what I mean. Like
I don't listen to me. At first, I had to get used to it, obviously, because they Met fans and they're gonna, do whatever they can or say whatever they can to make the Yankees look as bad as they can when they are or whatever. But they're also like they don't like try to like belittle what Dave does sometimes, but. Like, they keep it OG. Feel me? It's not like they over-exaggerating like Dan does sometimes.
Sometimes.
But, like, they keep it G. It's not like, it's not like they don't really give you a reason to think they, like, Yankee haters for real. Like, they just doing their job. Feel me? It's not like they just sitting there bashing the Yankees. Whole segment.
I think it's just tough. It's tough for me. Like I wake up this morning and obviously the thought of being at the stadium in a little bit would kind of overpower the negative.
I'll see you at the stadium today, brother.
The negative thought about how bad that loss was. But I just feel like at the same time, though, it's tough. I don't want to hear a Mets fan or two Mets fans break down that loss. Like, you know what I mean? It's tough for me to listen to that.
That's so ridiculous.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
Yeah, dude.
Sometimes you gotta listen to the I don't want to say opposing, but like listening to an outside source sometimes, like people looking in on it instead of through Yankee eyes or whatever. It is good to hear that.
It's also like what if they were like Detroit Tigers fans? Like Rick and Dave were big Tigers fans.
The Mets are just so annoying.
So it is the Mets.
They're just just so annoying. And it's like
Barnes is Tony. At this point, you should just. First of all, I was over here dying before I called because the whole conversation that Matt Ryan is just a quack. The guy can't do nothing but just say negative stuff all the time. Matt, I'm playing, it's all love, baby. But you are a quack. And I would have loved to have met him. I told y'all to give him my IG. I don't know why you didn't just do that. We could have literally just met at gate 6, which is usually the gate that I usually.
I feel like he had a couple too many pops.
Yeah, maybe, dude.
Friend was driving.
Who?
Matthew Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, listen. Anyway, but yeah, I just think sometimes it's better not better, but it's also good to listen to the outside because, you're always going to have, me technically, I'm always going to have Michael K to listen to, et cetera, et cetera. So, you're going to get that, that inside scoop or whatever. So sometimes it's always, good to hear the outside of the opposing views and things like that. That's why, I listen to Tony when he talks about the Yankees too. Like, I like to hear.
That's right.
It doesn't matter if you're a Mets fan or you could be a Dodger fan or whatever. Like, I like to hear stuff like that because then it's like, all right, cool. Well, all right, that's how y'all feel about our team. Okay, well, we probably got some of the same views. Who knows?
Yeah, no, that's true. I guess it's like I could handle the negativity, but I guess I welcome it more from like a host that's actually a fan, like Ty or like Michael K. Because I feel like they're giving you what they think they need to like correct the problem. And like, like you already mentioned it, but like with Grassa, it's just every time the Titanic's about to go under, though,
Well, Grassa's an extenuating circumstance, I think.
He's putting, I think Grosser might have messed it up for everybody as far as the Mets fan, because I think Dan Barnes over there just puts everybody in the game bracket. Oh, you're a Mets fan? You talking about the Yankees? Yeah. You sound just like Grosser.
So, it's hard not to think of that though, because he just LeMahieu at the end of the day.
You can't, gotta have an open mind sometimes, Gone. Like if they come off straight hot negative, then it's like, all right, cool, yeah, all right. You could block them out a little bit. But, I don't think Tony does that. I don't think, I don't know any other Mets fans that really but the ones that I do kind of don't really try to come at the Yankees like that.
That's right.
I can think of a couple.
Very impartial. Okay.
You know what that is. It's just it's the little brother syndrome.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with that at all.
Yeah, it definitely does.
No, it really doesn't.
Speaking of that little brother syndrome, Jay Bird saying Mets fans are a better fan base. I mean, that's a little ridiculous, Lonnie, no?
What do you say?
He said Mets fans are a better fan base. I think Tony must have just Venmoed him a couple bucks or something.
No. I mean, he speaks the truth, dude. I mean, there are definitely way more fake Yankee fans than Mets fans. That's for sure.
You might be right about that, though. You might be right about that part.
I mean, how many people wear Yankees gear just because it's like hip or cool?
Right.
It's like you see people walking around here with Dodger stuff on too. It's the same deal.
I'm just not gonna.
It's a mainstream
there's
team.
No way. Like it just back to what we just started. I'm not gonna back off where I stand on all this stuff. It's just not gonna happen.
I mean, you can't deny that, dude. You go to a Yankee game, there's a million different girls dressed up in Yankee jerseys, take one photo, and they leave, dude.
And they do that at the Mets too because the tickets are cheaper.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Yeah, the tickets are cheaper.
It's not cool. I mean, I can't argue that, but it's not like cool. Dude, I'm telling you right now, people who are not real Yankees fans wear Yankee gear. It's a fact, dude. You can't argue that.
I was about to say to that. The Yankee hat, because Rick said it too, the Yankee hat technically could be worn with anything. Even if it's like just that navy blue, feel me, can be worn with anything. So you make a valid point there, Tony, because, me as, a hat guy, whatever. But even before that, like when I was a kid, I would always notice only Met fans wear a Met hat. Like, you don't really see a lot of, like, people wearing Met hats for a fashion statement. That's really only, like, a Yankee hat or whatever. Like, you see, people in Times Square, whatever, wearing Yankee hats or, like, the Yankee logo, the fake ones or whatever. Like, you don't really see that. With
the jerseys with the name on the back?
No. Like, like the Met hats with the it's not the real.
No, I know exactly. It's again, you walk into like a tourist shop in Times Square, they're selling Yankee stuff, fake or not. They're selling Yankee stuff. You see tourists wearing all the time because it's just a big attraction.
And that's what I mean by you make a valid point, because you will only technically see like a Met fan or like somebody who maybe their father or whatever was a Met fan. They may not necessarily be one. But that's the only people you technically see wearing like a Met hat or Met gear or whatever.
And like I know it's a little over the top, but I have to say, and certainly I give people a chance, like Tony, for instance. But like where like I see somebody wearing a Mets hat, wearing a Red Sox hat, wearing a Patriots shirt, and I'm not gonna lie, like just first sight, I'm just like really like I don't know, I just like turned off by that and just kind of like what are you doing, dude? I can't help it. I know that's ridiculous, but that's just my initial first thought.
The other day, I seen a guy wearing, I think he was wearing a White Sox hat and a Red Sox jersey. And I was just like, what is going on?
Oh, yeah.
Big fan of socks.
No. What about those Ohtani Judge hats they were selling last year?
Those was terrible. I don't know why they did
that.
But it's all a ploy. Just like the names on the jerseys. Like, this is why I stress the fact, obviously, because I don't like it, but I can't blame younger kids or the younger generation or whatever, because they sell it in the stadium.
Yeah.
It's like right there in front of us.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of bogus.
Right.
So I don't know why they do that. And
I don't know why either. I mean, because I mean, obviously, I think it's because again, like the younger generation wants maybe names in the back of the jersey. But I love that about the Yankees,
and
honestly.
though, too, no. You know what the difference is, too? As the years have gone on, the younger fans are very much so individualized, and there's not as many like people like us that are like diehard fans of the team, like no matter what. Everybody, it's like, I don't know, just with like
a fan of a player.
Yes,
Right.
yes, exactly. And that's why too, like when I get, and it doesn't even need to be a Mets fan. It could be any other fan. But when you're trying to chirp me like after like a bad loss or like a playoff defeat or whatever, you know what I mean? I just lose respect instantly because I know too that person doesn't realize like how important is it to me. And they will never know the feeling of that. So it's like, ha, 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 ha. But it's like they don't get what it is to be devoted to a team. And that's just how I always feel about something like that.
Listen, a lot of people don't got true devotion. But you see that, you see that all the time. It's just a lot of Waverly people out there.
Yeah. But listen, I don't respect them and I don't consider them true fans. But listen, I know tonight there's going to be plenty of true fans there. So really looking forward to that, Lonnie, and really appreciate you calling in, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm going to let y'all guys get back to work. I know y'all got a whole shorter run. Just wanted to chop it up at y'all barn. Let me know when you're on the way out here.
Sounds good, man.
Yeah, dude.
I will see you in a little bit.
I wish you was coming so I could have been bothering you all night, but it is what it is.
That's all right.
Got gaming corner probably tonight, so you guys have fun.
Hell yeah. Maybe we can get to a Met wildcard game, you know?
The money.
There's a couple games left in the season. Maybe we can, I don't mind going to a Met game. I don't care. Like, it is what it is. I'll just wear the opposing team hat. It is,
Wow. All right. Yeah. Fine, dude. Whatever.
There we go.
Appreciate it, Lonnie.
Yeah. Thanks, Lonnie.
You guys know it's all love. I'll holler at you.
Oh,
all
yeah.
right, man.
Talk soon.
I'll talk to you later.
Peace.
See ya. Yanni.
Lonnie, just like that, dude. Wow, I just got a text from Crossroads Pizza in Bridgeport. $20.
Large pizza.
2 large pizzas, soda or garlic.
I haven't had that in a while. Is it that good? Or actually, I don't think I've ever had it. Now that I think about it,
I feel like you must have had it with us maybe once.
But is it like? Isn't it
it's
just
Greek
like,
style? So it's thicker crust.
This is a Tony saying Larry's all right.
Larry's all right,
right? Same thing.
No, I will say, dude, it's for this area. It's good pizza. It's almost like their regular pie is better than like Beverly's regular pie, right? Obviously, Beverly's bacon, whatever. Crossroads solid, and that deal, 2 large pies and a garlic bread for $20.
Pretty good.
That's kind of crazy, dude.
Dinner too.
That's definitely lunch. Probably just lunch. No, it probably is lunch and dinner. And Jay used to deliver for them. So
there you go.
Exactly,
there you go.
Dude. Hits home.
A lot to get to, but let's just catch up. We had some comments trickle in here while Yanni was on the line.
Yes, we did hear. Speaking of which, Matthew Gabriel with a big fat let's go, dude. Jay Bird, you mentioned hello there, like, comment, subscribe. Yanni, he says, Michael Theophil says, goats, great call in Lonnie Barnes. Need to lighten up a little bit, LOL. Tony should be proof that there are cool Mets fans out there, and Dave and Rick fall under that category.
I mean, I think it's one of those things where with those people that you just mentioned, I just turn the blind eye, let it go. But there's only special circumstances.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm not going to blindly accept those type of people.
And then he says there's definitely more fair weather fans with the Yankees, but Yankees are the best, so that's that. Tommy Donovan coming in here saying, what up, fam? Hyped for the hockey season, I'm sure, but he does say my damn Yankees made Lugo look like Nolan Ryan out there last night, shaking his head. I'm sure we'll get to that in the breakdown, but Lugo, great pitcher this year, no doubt. And then Jay Bird says somebody's got to slip Judge some
He
juice,
loves talking
dude.
about that. But anyway, let's just move on from that and then get back to it in a second. But Procore Championship, Tony.
Right, dude.
Napa, California here. So the fall season underway. Silverado Resort North Course here. So, and I think for this type of event, the first of the fall season, I think we have a pretty good feel just because, no one is really, obligated to play in this tournament that was in the top 50, but we have a couple of those golfers and I think a couple golfers who, didn't have the best years last year. So are really jockeying to get into the elevated events, for next season. Hence, why the field is pretty good. Sahith did win last year. He won 21 under, 2 strokes clear of Kim Sung-hyun. Max Homa won the previous 2 renditions. We know about his history, the California native. At 16 under, 1 shot clear of Willett in 22 and 21. 19 under, 1 shot clear of Maverick McNeely. And then Stuart Sink, 50 years old, won in 2020, 21 under. 2 strokes clear of Mr. Harry Higgs. Take off the shirt on TBC 17 himself, or 16, whatever it is. Anyway, so, originally this was actually the it was the Fry's Electronics Open. It was a Fry's.com Open. It was the Safeway Open. And then the last 3 years, it was the 40-net championship, and now it is the Procore championship.
What is Procore? No idea?
No. Let's see.
Technologies company, American Construction Management Software Service Company, founded in 2002.
Gotcha.
Headquartered in California. Makes sense.
So, just kind of going over, the field here in terms of the top 10 and odds. You got Sahith looking to defend here. Wyndham Clark, Corey Connors, Max Homa, Maverick McNeely, Minwoo Lee, Luke Clanton, JJ Spawn, Keith Mitchell, Brennan Todd, Tom Hoagie, and Harris English there. And the leader in the odds with Sahith is 11-1. Wyndham just below him at 12-1. Max Homa coming off a disappointing year.
Yeah, dude.
But 20-1 here. So maybe worth taking a stab. I mean, you look at the scores here historically, you're always pretty well under par. And it looks like the 21 under by Sahith tied Stuart Sink's record. The only times that this has been 20 under or greater. So kind of difficult to cap here. Obviously, you have a lot of golfers that we didn't even mention, that are jockeying for a position, like Michael Thorbjornsen, Tony, to get into these elevated events.
That's
Lucas
your guy.
Glover as well, Charlie Hoffman, Gary Woodland, KH Lee, SH Kim, Joel Damon. So a lot of guys, really desperate here to win. Kevin Kisner as well. So it's interesting. It's almost, to me, like, kind of just talking about this out loud, it makes sense that you would kind of go with guys lower on the list, given the desperation to win this tournament and to get into those elevated events this coming season.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I guess it is a great opportunity. I saw the purse is what, $6 million, right? So obviously, limited funds here for this tournament, which is why we see, and not everybody's really, obligated to work this one, I suppose you could say. But I think, like you said, it does make for good opportunity for some of these lower level guys, maybe some guys like, Max Homa, who's obviously won this tournament in the past, has a shit year this year to hopefully, get something going for himself. But, I guess we'll see, right?
You know what I'm going to say? Say it for
Picks?
me. Yeah.
Well, I was just talking about him. I think my winner here is going to be Max Homa.
There we go. I love that one.
I only 3 top 10 finishes this year, no wins.
Look at the track record in California, though, huh?
Look at the track record in Cali specifically. Brian had mentioned he's won this tournament 2 of the past 3 years, specifically back-to-back, and I guess 21 and 22, which is good. And I think he kind of deserves it a little bit. I know he has been working hard. Cut at the U.S. Open this year. I mentioned only 3 top 10 finishes, and the other ones were just nowhere near top 10.
No.
So I feel like you said, the track record in California is going to be comfortable, which is something I feel like we haven't really seen him be all year, which is why he's had some tough outcomes at these tournaments. But I say he wins this one. 20 under, I think, seems to be a score that could be relatively achievable based on the previous wins from the previous seasons. And then in terms of a sleeper, dude, let's see what we got going on here. You mentioned Thorbjornsen, he's probably down there. Adam Svensson plus 5,000. I kind of like him. The Svensson Bros. I kind of want to. Is there maybe a sleeper I can go to that I typically do?
A little different here.
It is a lot different, dude.
With this type of field.
I think I'm gonna go Gary Woodland for my sleeper, dude.
There we go. All right.
Why not?
Former major champ.
Former major champ, obviously. A grizzled vet, you could say, at 40 years young.
What major did he win? 1 out of 4 chance here.
1 out of 4 chance for the major that he won.
Yep.
It's not the Masters. U.S. Open.
That is correct.
Let's go, dude.
Pebble Beach.
For some reason, I've been getting pretty good with these guesses, but you want to look at his career this year specifically. No top tens, no wins, multiple cuts, including U.S. Open this year. So I feel like he's due. And plus 5,000 odds, a couple shekels.
Yeah, and obviously a good story too. The brain aneurysm that he had. So remarkable that he was able to play all these events last year. Love that one. For my winner, I'm gonna go Min-Woo Lee. I think didn't have the season that Riley and others were expecting last year, but doesn't mean that this year won't be a big one for him. Obviously, still very young and a bright future ahead. So give me Min-Woo Lee. And then my sleeper, I'm really going off the cuff here, as Tony likes to say.
Yeah.
A guy that at I believe it was the Barracuda, Tony, was in contention till the end, and obviously, who was the oh my god, I can't believe I'm blanking on this. The guy that turned pro and then
at Barracuda, the Messier guy.
Well, that's my sleeper.
That's your
Meisner.
Remember,
I was yeah. But then who's the guy? Oh man, Dunlap. Nick Dunlap.
Nick Dunlap.
Okay, Dunlap ended up winning, but Meisner as a sleeper. Had a cup of coffee at that event, and feel like he's due for some better golf. Really looking to come over to the PGA Tour after really playing on the Corn Ferry, and he's only 25 years old. So when you look at that, Tony,
good for him, man.
So any juice here, Tony, for you with the Procore? Obviously, football tomorrow, and but it's just one of those things. Well, there's a gap in the sports viewing day. Might turn it on, or
are we doing early tea time? What's the tea time tomorrow? Do you know?
It's in California, so later
tea time. So like what, they start at 11:30 after the show, sort of deal? Or?
I see 10:44 in here. Let's see if that's the earliest. 10 o'clock. Kevin Twa. So he's probably a Twisted Tea sponsor. Bud Cauley, David Lipsky. They're starting on the front, number one, and then coming off the back, Danny Willett, Jason Hadley, and Nick Watney. Tony,
absolutely love that. Dude.
Coverage 6 o'clock on golf, but 10 a.m. on ESPN Plus. And
I think there's juice, dude. I'm gonna try. I'll put them on. I'll put it on in the studio tomorrow.
Renee, no proper hello. Little late, but I guess better than never, right?
Yeah, that's what they say.
And then a couple more here. Tommy, 11 days till preseason hockey. Not like I'm counting or anything. The preseason hockey call. That's a good one. But obviously, once the regular season rolls around, we'll be excited for that.
Oh, yeah.
And I think, too, because I think, locally, I think we'll have a pretty good team here. I think we'll probably sprinkle in a little more NBA. Tony, what do you think?
Yeah, I think we should, right?
Yeah. I think the Knicks, in all seriousness, are going to be really good. And that's going to be a good story if that's the case.
Yeah, dude, I'll try to watch some games, definitely. Yeah. And maybe we can go to one. I mean,
I would
definitely be fun, dude.
It probably has to be one of those things where we go midweek, but there's nothing like going to the Garden. But then again, we got to remember priority. Tony
Rangers,
first month, Rangers,
obviously,
Tommy,
yes,
as
dude,
well.
Absolutely. When's the last time you've been to a basketball game?
I don't remember.
Wow, dude.
I mean, I know I went to. There's no way that was the last one, though. No, it must have been. I went to the Magic game with my buddy Tyler, who
in
made
Orlando?
The John Lannon call, Orlando, but that I think must have been 5 years ago.
Yeah,
5 or 6 years ago. So that was probably the last time. Yeah,
that's crazy.
I haven't been to any Knicks or Nets games. Yeah. But like we said, high priority, but there'll be a little sprinkle there. And then Lonnie says, thanks, Michael. And Barnes is just a Yankee boy, whatever that means, Lonnie. No, I know he's just kidding around. Anyhow, let's go to the world of Major League Baseball.
It's deep to left. It's 700. Albert Pujols.
Yeah, what a play. Stop it. Yep. And Alonso cracks one. The Mets win the ball game. Out of sight.
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Throw deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
All right. So unfortunately, not a good one last night at the stadium. But like I said, good to get that one out of the way. Have a chance to take the series tonight. So in all seriousness, though, there's really not much to take away here other than, I mean, the bats just were non-existent. You struck out 14 times. And really, I think collectively all season, the most that we've seen one Juan Soto and one Aaron Judge struggle combined 0 for 8 with 4 strikeouts in this one. Glaber having the 2 hits. So if you look at it that way, the rest of the team combined to go 1 for 26 with 13 strikeouts. So, I mean, how could you win? I mean, it's just not. I mean, you would have had to hit, I guess, a grand slam with the 1 hit with a bunch of walks, which you actually had no walks. So, and you let Lugo pitch 7 innings. So 105 pitches, but 10 strikeouts. So, I mean, and then no hits off the bullpen. Not a recipe for success. And Stroman had kind of one of his middling patent performances that unfortunately we've become too familiar with. 5 1/3, 7 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 4 Ks, 89 pitches, 407 earned run average for the season. Not that it was a big spot because they were losing anyway, Tony, down 3. But Mark Leiter gives up a home run. Really, you would think is not going to make the postseason roster. And at this point, I would rather give that spot to Clay Holmes. And that's a complete indictment on Leiter. Another guy that won't be a part of the postseason roster, Tim Maeza, whatever, 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 2 strikeouts, 746 earned run average. Yikes. I mean, I don't have, there's just really nothing to say other than that's just as bad as it gets. And we know Lugo's ERA is now under 3. He's won 16 games. So he's had a good season. But I think the focus really just has to be on tonight. You move on from yesterday. It shouldn't have happened, but make up for it today and really assert yourself. I know, like, of recent, I know they've lost a lot of games against left-handed starters, but I know, like, in Texas, they did win the game against Heaney. But Reagan's, has been pretty good this year. I mean, 11-9, 3.33, and has actually struck out 204 batters, 167 innings. The walks seem a little high at 57, but he has only given up 136 hits. So, you want to do a good job here. And I know if you look at the stats recently, there's been the good mixed with the bad.
Got popped by Houston.
Still
got 10 Ks, but 5 innings, 5 earned runs.
So yeah, you look at the last 5 starts. I mean, there's been 2 bad starts and 2 really good starts and 1 start that was kind of just in between. Struggled with control against Cleveland. So yeah, you want to hit this guy. And I was just trying to see too splits wise if he has faced the Yankees before. Let's see, and then this is gonna give me 24, but they don't want to give me the career. Interesting. Now, and they only go. Oh no, they do go opponent. Okay, so he has not faced the Yankees yet this year.
Really?
But that's why also when you look at stats, Baseball Reference is so much better because they'll give me the career breakdown. Anyhow, Tony, and you know what's so weird? You go to Cole Reagan's and a picture of Jose Altuve comes up. That's the first thing. Isn't that the weirdest thing you've ever seen? Search it on Google.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah. It doesn't make any sense. Like what?
Like that's not him at all.
No, that's Altuve. But it's like,
it's so weird. It even says it like this is Jose Altuve.
Like, is it like someone editing it, being funny? Like
probably kind
of weak though, no?
Yeah, it's tough, dude.
Yeah.
Especially for like Reagan's, like, what are we doing here? Like, this isn't some like no name like rookie,
Exactly. So okay. So let's see. Career against the Yankees here. He's only pitched 1 inning. So we can't make a determination off of that, Tony. But on the other side, Heel did give you 6 strong last time out, first start off the injured list. So you want to rely on, you want to count on that he'll do more of the same today, and keep this tight for the first half plus of the game, and then the offense, can by the 3rd, 4th inning have at least 2 or 3 runs to kind of take the pressure off of him and then kind of build as the game goes on. I just think you're going to hit so much better than that last night. I mean, that was just a night where you just didn't have it. And guys like Judge and Soto and Stanton too are really working hard here to go back to the tape, what they've been doing wrong recently. And especially Judge now, I think it's been 14 straight games without a home run. I mean, talk about like law of averages. That's a J prop bet,
Oh my God. Yeah, literally.
I mean, he's obviously going to hit one. Like whether it's, I mean, you would think it has to be today. At the end of the day, I would almost guarantee that. I don't know, but what about you?
I would say pretty close to a guarantee, but
Yeah.
I would definitely I would bet
Hammer.
my life that Jay's going to put that prop bet in.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like absolutely, dude.
Riled. Yeah. And I can't wait to go to the stadium. That's for sure. So we'll do official pick in a second. And by the way, Orioles did win, so back to a half game lead. Same scenario for the Mets with the Braves winning, Mets losing. So currently, what's the standing?
Tied.
So
Technically, I think we have the tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker based on the season series.
Correct.
Up to this point,
we play them again. 3 games set.
That's the last of the season. So you've played 10 times, up 6-4.
Correct. I think 6-4 sounds about right.
Okay.
And then like you said, the parallels between the Mets and Yankees right now, pretty obvious, dude. I mean, you said it.
The only thing I said is that both teams lost, and the teams that they needed to lose won last night.
Yeah, that would be a parallel.
That's fine, but that has nothing to do with the teams themselves. Like that just has to do with a random stat from last night. But anyway, what was it? 6-2 there
6-2.
in Toronto.
That's right, dude. Rogers Center. Yes, the roof open, beautiful, nice. We get it. The revamp. Brian loves it here. But listen, not much. Also, obviously, to talk about here. The Mets, the loss. They did score a couple, but obviously, David Peterson, unlike him all year, 4 1/3 innings pitched, 8 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 Ks, 2 walks, and a lot of those hits, obviously, because of lack of control. I mean, there's a few at bats. I mean, it looked like wild pitches, like way over Alvarez's head, like kind of crazy. Just could not get his control down. Couldn't establish his fastball. The sinker wasn't really doing well either. And he was just very ineffective from the get-go. I mean, it's a shame because the Mets, as I say typically here, Mets score first. They hit on Bassett quite easily, actually, but he ends up settling down. Unfortunately, Peterson off the rip, it's 5-1 come the 3rd inning. So he just really didn't have it last night for the first time this year. He didn't have it, which obviously untimely. But I mean, hey, it happens to the best pitchers out there. They just don't have good starts, And I don't know if it was because of Toronto or what. But it was just one of those I guess outings that were kind of bound to happen. Offensively, there you only get 6 hits. Did you score the 2 runs? Obviously, once in the first, once in the 7th too, from a pass ball too. So not a ton of offense happening there. I think you were 1 for 8 runners in scoring position. Since September started, Alonso has kind of cooled off. So is Vientos a little bit, which again, I mean, you would anticipate, but you need other players to step up. I mean, you're looking at this roster, this lineup here, and Pete Alonso is someone who has not stepped up. And there's what now, 17 games left.
Don't let him get hot.
Well, exactly. Imagine if he was hot at all, like how much more he'd probably still be in. We've got on like a 12-game win streak now at this point.
Market value dwindling.
Oh yeah, he's really killing himself with this right now. Like imagine if he was raking right now. I mean, his market value would be so much higher.
You think anybody offers him 300?
No. I mean, maybe, dude.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'd have to see who really needs a first baseman and what team does really need.
And that would, in your eyes, be the absolute max. You would think. I just don't see it being more than that.
I just can't. Again, you have to look at the market, what first basemen are available. But I mean, again, he's not really producing that much. So yeah, you would think $300 million contract would be the max.
And obviously, he's several years into it. But like you look at just as a benchmark, whatever Freeman got from the Dodgers. I mean, how does Alonso deserve more than Freeman?
He doesn't.
I know. Yes, he homers more, but give me Freeman hitting 330.
Yeah, like literally, and it's 100 points higher than what Alonso's hitting right now. Yeah. So again, I mean, if the focus, I think now, obviously, like you said too, like same thing with the Yankees, you're on to next game, you're on to tonight.
Yeah.
But looking at the standings, dude, for the wild card is absolutely outrageous. Because
it's a bonanza.
It really is a bonanza, dude. Because obviously you mentioned tied here with the Braves. But you're the Diamondbacks are 2 games ahead of you, and then the Padres are a game and a half or half a game ahead of them. So like everyone is kind of like in question at this point. Padres, Diamondbacks kind of cooled off, which is like what we kind of anticipated.
just a quick question here. I don't get how are the it's like the Padres are saying they're 2.5 game. No, but doesn't that mean that so the Padres are 2.5 games up on the Diamondbacks, but then the Diamondbacks are 2 games up on the Braves and the Mets? Is that what that's supposed to mean?
I thought when it says that,
or that's two. But you know what I mean?
That
how
means
could
like
they be 2 games back, but then the Padres are 2.5 games back in front of them? That doesn't make any sense.
I think. I mean, I always thought that this was like, they're 2 games ahead of the next person out of the wild card.
Okay, so really, what I mean though is the Mets, which actually, if you look at the record, I don't know if that makes sense, but that would mean that the Mets would be 4.5 games back at the Padres, right? Because if the Padres are up 2.5 games on the Diamondbacks, who are up 2 games on the Mets, right?
Right.
But it doesn't look like that because don't the Mets have 79 wins and the Padres have 82?
So that would put them up.
Oh, but then because of the losses, I guess. I hate when records are uneven with the amount of games played.
It is kind of annoying. But again, I thought it's like they're 2.5 games up.
On the Diamondbacks, definitely.
Definitely
on the Diamondbacks.
Really?
Yeah.
Because they only have 1 more win.
But the losses?
Same losses, 1 more win. Obviously not the same amount of home or games played.
Okay, so I guess that means over the third wild card?
I thought it was over the team.
The way they do that is
I always thought it was over the team on the outside of the wild card. And obviously Braves and Mets are tied, so it's the same.
But there's no way that the Cubs, because the Cubs are 4 back. You know
4 games back of the third wild card spot, which would be the Mets.
Yeah, they just
it is kind of, but I'm pretty sure that's what that means. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what that means. But regardless, I mean, the race for the wild card is now like literally for all 3 spots, like close to neck and neck.
Right.
Again, if the Padres and Diamondbacks continue to slide a little bit, like you could see Mets, Braves, Padres in there, and not to mention, I think, the race for the division is even pretty close too. Cause I think the Phillies have, oh no, wait, they're too far gone. I forget that. Never mind.
Too far gone.
They're too far gone, dude. And honestly, I didn't realize they were 8-2 in the last 10. I thought they were like on a little bit of a slide, but I guess not, dude. But again, I mean, you want to look even ahead more forward in terms of the Mets schedule. After Toronto, we play Philly, which is going to be so tough. And then we play Washington, which you need to get a sweep there. You need the sweep.
Most profitable team.
And you need that's what Jay says. And then you play a 4-game set against Philly again. And then the 3-game set against Atlanta, in Atlanta too. So it's you have such a tough fucking schedule. It's so annoying. But I guess we'll see what happens. And then Milwaukee to end the season. So you gotta, again, like Milwaukee, who of course Brewers are a very solid team here this year. You're gonna face in the end your season. But you want to look at the Braves? So they have 4 games against the Dodgers. So you need the Dodgers to absolutely hammer them, which I don't know if the Dodgers will. And then Cincinnati, and then Miami, which is easy. 2 back-to-back easy series there for the Braves. And then the Mets, and then they're in Kansas City, or they're back home, against the Royals to end the year, which is great. Hopefully maybe the Royals can get some losses there too. But
scheduling quirk, why wouldn't they have played them out to the Yankees?
Right? Yeah, I know, right? But I mean, it is what it is. And at this point, I mean, all the Mets can do really is win 2 out of 3 against the Braves. You got to win series against the Phillies, at least one. You got to win the 3-game set, maybe split the 4-game set. You're probably looking at, I don't know, maybe you can get away with 9 wins if these teams taper a little bit, but I feel like you need 10 wins out of the next 17 games to feel good about yourself.
Yeah. I mean,
so you got to go 10-7, which is doable. We've seen obviously what the Mets have done recently. They're still 9-1 in their last 10, which is great, or 8-2.
Yeah, I think 8-2.
8-2, which is, again, that's the pace you want to be on right now.
Right.
And again, also, even on that win streak, I mean, Lindor hasn't been batting great the past 2 weeks. Vientos has been a little bit cold as well. Obviously, you had that walk-off homer on Friday. But nonetheless, I mean, you have Lindor. Hopefully, he can heat up. And dude, like you're gonna need Alonso like present if you're gonna make the wild card. I mean, whatever you think about him is irrelevant at this point. Like he needs to step up and start hitting some home runs here, dude.
Yeah,
like
that's
for the team, literally.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't, I mean, you can look back at this little stretch here and be like, hey, man, if he was doing what he should have been doing, we would be in the wild card. So
yeah. And Yanni says it's crazy how pizza was the topic right after I got off the phone. Tommy Donovan looking to roughen the feathers of Tony here, saying Connecticut, the pizza capital of the world.
I mean, listen, Tommy, obviously Rangers, let's go. Connecticut, I can appreciate it. But pizza capital of the world is just ridiculous. I mean, it's just I don't care if the government declared New Haven which is like, what is that, by the way? Like that's just ridiculous. And I think you should leave it to the people, dude. Leave it to the people, dude.
I was just trying to think about this. I guess I really have not had like much pizza from New York, other than like I almost think it's just been like random slices.
Yeah,
like the slice,
dude.
Like I've never I can't think of any time, and we didn't have pizza when we were at your house.
No, I don't think so, dude. So I definitely next time we go to Staten Island, I'll take you some good pizza joints, dude.
Because it'd be interesting to see. My thought, without really tasting enough of it, obviously, like I said, I've had some in Times Square and stuff, but it's just been like I think both could be good, and it's probably close if I had to guess. But I'll put it to the test. I
mean, Connecticut pizza is very good. There's some great spots around here. Southport, we know. Beverly's is good.
You know what it is? And I don't know if it's the opposite for you, but sometimes I feel like this. It's like I have a pizza and I'm like, this is so good. Like I could see something being close to this, but how could you, what would something else have that would be better? Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I know it's not the best. And I know you wouldn't say it's the best, but like, for instance, I don't know. Like when I have a pizza from Remos, it's like really good. I eat it and I'm like, I don't feel like this is missing anything.
Right.
Like what does the other place have that this doesn't? That's what like confuses me.
No, I mean, I get it. Remos we had the other night. That was delicious.
Right. Like
dude.
what would you, there's nothing else I could say that I would be like, oh, well, I wish it was like this. Like maybe I know for you, a lot of times it has to do with how crisp the pizza is, but I can't think of like anything else. Like I think the toppings are all grade A.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I guess if you like a thinner or thicker crust,
it definitely depends. Again, I mean,
sauce ratio.
People in Connecticut rave about New Haven style. I think that there's way better pieces out there than New Haven style. I will say, in my experience, what really is the outlier for pizza from New York is the dough. It's the crust. I think it tastes different. I think there's more flavor to the dough. People talk about being the water that New York City has. It's tap water. Dude,
I think Matthew once said that.
Dude, I mean, I don't want to get all sciencey here, but like literally. No,
I know there's a difference at the tap, yes. But no, I am excited to eventually try that. And couple more here. Lonnie's saying, come out here early enough and get some Rose's pizza. So that would be interesting.
There we go.
On 119th. Tommy's saying Sally, Modern Pepe's, Roseland, Colony Grill, and I don't know about
Stanziato's.
Where's that?
Never heard of it though. Look it up. Look it up. Have you been to Roseland?
Yes.
Mike, Renee, and I went there recently.
Let's hear it. So bad.
No. I had a great time there. Looks like Stanziato's is in Danbury.
Danbury, where Tommy hails from.
Yeah, so that wood-fired pizza. It looks all right, dude. It looks like
Tommy, by the way, I don't usually go to Danbury. What were you gonna say though? It looks like what?
No, I'm saying it looks pretty solid. It looks like a fluffy, like Napolitan type of pizza here.
Have you had Rosie's Tomorrow? That's like the only place in Danbury I've been besides maybe the Olive Garden back in the day. But kind of typical dive bar. Tony would get hammered there. Pretty cool place. I think they might even make some beers there. Maybe not, but it's just a cool vintage place that you can rob up. But kind of interesting to see if Tommy has been there. And then Lonnie's saying it's the water, Tony.
It is the water, dude.
But you know what else it is? Time for a full-on abbreviated baseball frenzy.
You said it there, man. Let's go. Hump day, frenzy. A lot of games going on. You know the deal. It's the Mets, okay, dude? It's the Blue Jays, Rogers Center rubber match here at 3:07 p.m. Check your clocks, check your fantasy team here. Manaea on the bump against Francis here, boasting similar numbers.
It's been hot recently.
Francis?
Look at it.
Look at it. Bowden Francis here, 28 years old. Righty, though. Just coming off a loss against the Phillies, but 6 innings, 3 earned runs, solid.
6 or 7 every start.
7 innings against Boston. Boston sucks, though. Angels suck, though. 8 innings, 12 Ks there. Cubs are okay.
Angels suck. But nevertheless, you could be any team. Just
I mean, his last
7
5
innings
starts
every
have been
game.
amazing,
Yeah.
obviously. What are his whole season? 10 starts. Okay, so half his starts we're looking at right now, 81 Ks. That's pretty solid, dude. Obviously, the strikeout stuff is there. 6'5", 220, big body. Manaea may have some work cut out for him. Young pitcher, too. Lineup hasn't seen him. Maybe worried here, but no, I don't care, dude. And honestly, I was with my fantasy team this morning. I had Austin Wells starting. I may even switch it over to Francisco Alvarez. I'm feeling a comeback night for him, dude.
I mean, potentially Trevino could be starting just because of the left-handed pitcher.
Really?
Hopefully not, but you never know with Mr. Boone and Cash.
Will even make my decision easier to start Alvarez. Let's freaking go. I want 2 dingers for him, a 2-for-4 night, including a 3-run blast in the 8th inning that'll be putting the Mets up. I'll say 7-3. Mets win and the over. Let's go, Brian.
I don't know about that blast for me there, Tony. I had to. You set it up. But anyway, yes, I will be there. Yanni will be there. John as well. I know he's riled. But tonight at the stadium, 7:05, Prime Video, Luis Gil versus Cole Reagans. Both pitchers pitching very well this year. Gil 13-6, 3.24. Reagans 11-9, 3.33. Rubber game of the set, and 2 guys that strike out a lot of batters. So you would think the under, but the Yankee offense, after only 3 hits, 14 strikeouts last night, you would think would be very aggressive early and try to put this one to rest. So with all that in mind, maybe a little, going against the grain with the total, I'm going to say Yankees in the over. I think Gil, 6 innings, 2 earned, 10 strikeouts. And we're going to see an Aaron Judge 5th inning grand slam to blow this one open. Yankees 7-3 at the stadium.
The big blow.
All right, let's go. Game 2 here. We're going to go to Arizona. Why not? The Rangers taking on the D-backs. And wouldn't you know it, dude, the D-backs need to lose here. The Rangers, by the way, DeGrom, Scherzer coming back for the team. Watch out. But for tonight, they have Cody Bradford on the mound here, pitching against Merrill Kelly. Kelly, I think I had on my fantasy team, maybe dropped it, I don't remember. Merrill there had a tough start, kind of, maybe settled down. Look at his past few starts recently. San Francisco, 7 innings, 2 earned runs, not bad. But the Dodgers, a reasonable team, 5 1/3, 4 earned runs. Boston, 4 earned runs. Tampa Bay, 6 earned runs. Giving up a lot of earned runs here, which is why I think the Rangers could squeeze out a dub and help the Mets out here. And I'll say Trevor Simeon with a top of the 9th 2-run blast, Brian. That'll put the Rangers up 4-2. They shut the door in the 9th. D-backs go home empty-handed. Give me the Rangers and the under. Let's go, Brian.
All right. Speaking of helping teams out, for once, you want the Red Sox to win here.
Wow.
Hosting the Orioles, Pavetic Creamer. And I think Creamer gets creamed, honestly. Fenway Park, a lot of runs usually scored there. So I'm going to say Rob Refsnyder, Tony, the former Yankee, hitting for the cycle and having 5 RBIs, an absolute beat down. The Oriole bats silent another night here as we're going to see the Red Sox win this game by the score of 12-2. Red Sox in the over.
Let's go. 3rd game, last game. Speaking of the bats being cold, Phillies in Philadelphia taking on the Rays here. Zach Wheeler, dude, on the mound, 14-6, 259 Cy Young contender here. I mean, how could you not just go like full game shutout, dude? Especially after last night, benches cleared, I believe, in Philadelphia.
Wow.
I forget who hit Castellanos, but Bryce Harper, the fucking pussy that he is, is on second base, comes up from behind the pitcher, his back is facing to him. Obviously, tends to get hot, he'll pull him away, whatever, dude. Phillies come up with a win. Over under 7.5 here. I mentioned the full game shutout. Phillies could score 6 on their own. I don't think any more than that. And I'll say that Phillies scores 6, Tampa Bay scores none. Phillies and your under, Brian.
Third game, final game, going to an old friend pitching out west, Tony. Michael King, opposed by Brandon Wu. King has been great this year, 12-8, 3.10. Wu has been solid as well, 7-2, 2.36. Padres, though, far better this year, 82-64. Mariners, 73-72. King, 6 innings, 12 strikeouts, no earned runs as the Mariners offense continues to be stifled. Padres, 5-1 in the under.
And just like that.
That is your baseball frenzy. And I thought we were going to go back and forth there for a second. We tried, but Tony seemed to like the, not Tony, but Yanni seemed to like the blast for me comment.
Oh, he loves it, dude.
Listen, I mean, that's what it's all about, right?
That's just beat.
But and then also Tommy did add Love Rosie's, bunch of old shit from the Danbury Fair. So definitely recommend that, Tony, next time you're in that neck of the woods.
Oh yeah, dude.
I believe I usually get the pot roast.
Wow.
Very good.
I definitely it's actually funny. I wish I remember the name of the pizzeria, but we drove through Monroe.
Monroe. Pizzeria Monroe?
Yeah.
Sal's.
Was that too far from Manny's barbershop?
Okay, but is it
on the right-hand side? You're going towards Monroe, I guess, or into Monroe.
But are you going like away from the connector? Away from the highway.
Away from the highway.
Yeah, so that would Sal's, but it's like, I don't know, mile down.
Yeah. Good.
No, it's not middling. It's very good. Yeah.
Very good.
Like in a plaza. It's in a plaza on the corner. Yeah, that's Sal's. Yes. Yeah, we've had different like family events there over the years. They have like a separate
birthday party.
No, it was I think my sister's baby shower, and there was something else, communion maybe back in the day. And actually, Bill, who passed away in March, remember 94, I think he was 93, 94. He used to go there every Friday night for dinner. That was a staple place for him. So
that's great, dude. Yeah, so we should try it out.
Yeah, no, definitely very good there. We know Sal, the owner, personally. John's family as well. Very big on Sal's.
Wow.
So, definitely want to check that one out.
Next time we're going through, we definitely got to stop. Do they do slices?
I'll call Sal.
Yeah. Okay.
But and then the bites have been on point today. A good bite day today. That's for sure. But yeah, a great day. And really appreciate everybody who tuned in and continues to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jay, and costume the merch at downtimetv.com. We want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games, enjoy Gaming Corner.
7 p.m.
Let's go Yankees.
Let's go Mets.
And we will see you.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.